All right, good morning, everyone, or it might be good afternoon, good evening if you're across the pond like my friend Sam over here. But hey, guys, it's a main event mixer. It's an emergency mixer because a lot of things are going on in wrestling per usual. So I figured I'd rally the boys together. It's 10 a.m. here in the central region. Mike, it's 11 a.m. there. And Sam, what time is it across the pond, my friend? It's good to see you.
4 in the afternoon, you've nipped in at nap time. My afternoon tea is going cold. I can't believe it. It's disgraceful behavior.
Unreal. I forgot you guys just drink tea over there, right? Is it not a coffee culture over there?
No, we love coffee. No,
Oh, really?
honestly. People think we just drink tea. We probably drink more tea at home, but there's just coffee shops everywhere.
Your tea is probably a little different than ours because ours is usually just sweet tea. Go to McDonald's and get about 50 grams of sugar in your system. And we were just talking about that before the show started diabetes and all that good stuff. Speaking of diabetes, Paperclip Mike's here. What's going on, man?
I am fat. That is very true.
I'm joking with you.
No, I have a gut, so you're actually cutting. You're cutting into his tea time and nap time. You're cutting into my gym time. I should have already been home from the gym. I waited. I'm waiting until after this just for you. So
I appreciate it. I look forward to your picture as well for accountability. That's right.
Yeah, I will. I will. You know what? I'll take you. I'll send a special picture just for you.
Love it. I'll start sending you pictures too when I go to the gym. Look at us.
Okay. Hey,
Gym bros.
I wear wrestling shirts to the gym, so I don't know if
That's
you
how
do
you
that.
got to do it. Yes, I do that. Of course. 'Cause
I'm
that's what
rocking. I actually have my backpack ready. I actually have, and this is probably one of the oldest T-shirts I have. I have an American Wolves ROH shirt from like 2011.
Ooh, that's a deep cut right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you get from Paperclip Mike, though.
Yeah.
1/3 of the Blog World Order. He'll be joined by another member of the Blog World Order here in a bit. You know, Great Brown Hope's just waking and baking, I'm assuming, over there on the West Coast. But Sam, this is your very first mixer. Of course, we had you on the half marathon stream, which was wonderful. Guys, if you haven't checked it out, go to the YouTube channel. If you're watching us right now live on YouTube, we're still on the road to 200 subscribers. I think we're only 13 away. And I think we can get there very soon because we're giving away a lot of stuff. A main event crew neck, some signed trading cards by Julia Hart and Sky Blue. And I think if the Indie Wrestling Guide as well gets to 100 subscribers, they will be giving away a signed Cactus Jack 8x10. So,
And I got a Carlito autograph to throw into the whole pile too. So
look at that, guys. Subscribe and
I
follow us.
own nothing. I own absolutely nothing.
So we can't have you on the hobby hour here showing off your wrestling collection, Sam?
I think the only thing I've got that's a collection is probably Pokemon cards, to be fair.
Hey, you also have that title belt, right? I've seen it in your videos.
I do have the Sam's on Wrestling Predictions title belt, which is just John Cena's spinner belt with currently my face on it, because I am undefeated from 9 months of pay-per-view predictions.
Man, when is Baby Sam ever going to get his lick back? That's what I want to know.
Well, we made a rule that you couldn't just win it. You had to win it 2 in a row. That's the rule. You've got to win 2 in a row. And I am Rey Mysterioing this title win. I'm telling you now, I have drawn many matches. He beats me every time once, gets to the title match, and I just hold on fingertips by guessing that Nikki Bella won't win the Royal Rumble and things like that. That's pretty much what it is.
Fair enough. And it's funny you mentioned Rey Mysterio. I know a guy that would probably say, fuck Rey Mysterio. So
Fuck Rey Mysterio, first off.
The Great Brown Hope. What's up?
I did that on purpose. Goddamn.
That was a perfect intro for you, brother. That's your favorite
What's up,
luchador.
Sam? I fucking love your show, dude. I'm fangirling over here. Like, you guys are the shit.
Oh,
Dom's
thanks,
real
man. I
daddy right
appreciate
here.
that. Lots of fangirling. Too much fangirling going on here in general. I'm
Baby
like,
Sam is hilarious. I wish you guys were in the States. I would be at your studio every day. Like, if I'm not the cameraman or a writer or something, I'll just be observing. Like, you guys got like a little bit of everything, so it's awesome, man. Hell
I
yeah.
love the idea that you think we've got a writer. I don't think I've written a thing down in my life.
You guys just shoot it.
Shoot it. Hope that he doesn't say anything stupid that gets him into trouble. Edit it out. Record again.
Hell yeah, that's right. You guys are
Yeah.
and I enjoy your guys' work. So it's really nice to meet you this way. So hell
Yes,
yeah.
it's long overdue. I will play every time that it is not at 3 a.m. UK time. I will be involved in podcasts
Hell yeah.
and mixers.
Hell yeah,
I just appreciate sleep.
I do want to bring up this comment because I see the jersey on Great Brown Hope. The Chiefs suck. You guys got a win last night. Hell yeah.
That was a really good win. They deserved that win.
Right there, the greatest dolphin of all time, right there. Ray Finkel.
What do you know about Ray Finkel?
That's laces out, baby.
No, it's Kyle. I don't know if you've seen Ace Ventura, but that's actually.
You've never seen Ace Ventura: Pet Detective?
Oh no, I have not.
Yeah, it's Ray Finkel's dad. He's like, "What do you know about Ray Finkel?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to add it to my list, I guess. But
it's a fantastic movie, but you'll understand that
basically
the Dolphins mascot gets kidnapped and he's a pet detective, and it's a live dolphin.
Oh,
and,
no way!
Yeah,
I love that movie.
See? Laces out, baby.
Never happened.'re like, oh shit, I've never seen that. That sounds great.
And it's also a science fiction movie because it involves the Dolphins going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
baby.
You don't get that much anymore, that's for sure.
No.
But the NFL season's back, and somebody else is back in the WWE. The main reason we got together here is because we're going to just start there. We are going to review SmackDown as a whole, but this is what's taking the headlines now, guys. We have over 93 million views on YouTube, over 7 million views on Twitter already. AJ Lee, after a decade, has returned to the WWE. Of course, this was set up with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins coming out. CM Punk, of course, would then come out, and he would say he's got backup. His wife comes out. The crowd goes absolutely insane. One of the louder pops, I think, of this recent decade. So, Sam, let me go to you first. First off, I want to ask, were you watching back in the day when AJ Lee was around? Were you a fan of hers? And how did you feel about this return here on SmackDown?
Well, I've been watching since 2001, so yeah, I definitely have seen AJ, to be fair. The first thing I will say about this is how you know that AJ Lee's return is actually big news. Because my little Twitter, my little X, doesn't gets 50 people might look at a post that I do. I posted teeny tiny thing about AJ Lee, the tiniest thing. It's actually very positive, and 15,000 people have seen it, reposted, and I'm like, I am nothing. I am a nobody. I am a speck in the wrestling world, and yet even I was able to use AJ's rockets to the moon. That's how big a deal AJ Lee's thing is. I saw a lot of people commenting going, AJ Lee's not a big deal. This is before it happened. She's, from a Divas era. It won't transcend that much. And I don't think people realize how much of a big deal she actually was in 2011, 2012. She was in a failing Divas division that she was holding up on her own. And she transcended that so much, they put her in the main event scene. And she was a GM of Raw. That shows you that she is not just, she was just a women's wrestler in 2010. She is a character that transcended past a division, so much so that she needed spotlighting. And watching her return was just a joy. She was something that gave you happiness because she was a fun character. So to see her return, even in the small way, even if it's for one night, even if it's a run to Ray, whatever it is, just delighted to see her back.
I don't know how you couldn't be if you were somebody that was watching back in the day. Because like you said, and she inspired so many wrestlers too. A lot of the current talent that you are seeing on television, Great Brown Hope, now, what you saw them tweeting when AJ returned. They are obsessed with AJ Lee. So I got to ask you, are you down with the Brown? Are you cool with AJ Lee here, Great Brown Hope?
Of course. That was, she really was a game changer because there was that era, like Sam mentioned, of the divas and stuff. And I think I mentioned it yesterday in the group chat too, how it was a lot of women that were there to be models or get noticed in a sense, where it was just a stepping stone, just a way to get to where they needed to get and whatnot. But AJ Lee was different. Even when she got to FCW, which was the original NXT, she was a huge part of that system. I don't know if you guys were familiar with FCW, but they had a really, really thick women's division. They had a lot of promising women coming out of there. They had Naomi, Shaw Guerrero was there, Paige, Aubrey Marie, I believe, was there.
Was Caitlyn down there as well?
Yeah, Caitlyn was there for a little bit.
Eve Torres.
Yeah.
I don't think Eve Torres went to FCW.
She's not.
Anyway, that rookie class ended up. It's Summer Rae, of course. I think Emma was there too for a little bit. But this class showed a lot of promise. It was a lot of talent, and AJ Lee was probably not at the top of that class, but they booked her like it. So they already had visions for her. And when they had that NXT game show, I don't think she won, did she?
No.
Who won? I know Naomi was like in the
Caitlyn.
last 3 as well. Oh,
Caitlyn
that's
won.
right. It was Caitlyn. Yes. You could already see that there were going to be great things coming from her. She was probably one of the more well-equipped, just like Naomi. So when she got to the WWE, it's like Sam said, the division was failing. Like there wasn't anywhere to put her. She would have, and she literally did. She would have run through everybody anyway. So they had her in the GM role, running around with John Cena, CM Punk, Kane, things like that, having her involved in major storylines. So, but she still broke through that as well. And the more and more women came into the roster from NXT, the more competition they had for AJ Lee, the better the chance for her to show off what she had. And then in the background, of course, the Bellas were training to get better. Alicia Fox was starting to get a little better. We still had Tamina. What's that? There's no one meaner.
No one meaner.
And just the impact she had on an entire culture was huge because she wasn't the regular diva. She was literally the anti-diva. She was just, her skill set was, very admirable. You could tell she put a lot of time in the ring. She was always honing her craft. Her submission finisher, what was it called? You guys remember?
Black Widow.
Yeah, that was also really nice. It was nice to see divas tap out to that. She went out with a bang, which is a great thing too. And she's still floating around in wrestling, but that just comes to show, that title reigns or moments in the spotlight don't really account too much if you don't make an impact on the culture or its fans. Just the hype for it the entire week, everything I saw on Instagram and Twitter, everybody was ready for it. And if it hadn't happened, this probably would have been the greatest disappointment in a long time, which is why yesterday's re-debut of AJ Lee was huge. It still is. Like, people are still talking about it now.
There's a buzz.
Early, and it was everywhere just like last night. You love to see it. She definitely deserves it. It's good. It's good for her to see her be happy to be back. It's different time, different era. You can see with CM Punk with his current run, you don't hear as much about his displeasure with the company anymore.
No.
So that could play a factor with AJ Lee too. She might be happier to work there now. We might get more matches out of her. We might get a couple of feuds. Who knows? I mean, the contract could be for one match or it could be for 10 years.
Well, I don't know if you saw they released some behind the scenes of AJ like signing the contract. Then again, I don't know if that's just for the one-off or not, but I feel like they'd be missing out if this wasn't an extended run because there's so much talent in that division that she can work with. Roxanne Perez is the name that jumps off the page for everyone here, I would think, of going up against AJ Lee, just knowing the history with Roxanne idolizing AJ Lee. And she's kind of like the modern day AJ Lee in a way. And I like what Jay Gold said here. I almost called him Josh, which is weird. He said, I was pumped up and waited to see if they would do it right. And thankfully they did. No dumb speech, no nonsense. Crazy stare and right into the beating. Mike, I couldn't have said it better myself, and it's hard to not agree what these guys have been saying as well about AJ. So how did you feel about her return?
Yeah, basically, these guys have basically reiterated everything I've said, or I was talking about. I was watching back. I was watching a long time ago. I was a massive AJ fan. I mean, to be fair, still am.
Yeah.
And back then, you could easily make the case for her being, like, wrestling-wise, like, skill-wise, the best one they had for many years. Because she came when they finally did the Divas Revolution, when you started getting wrestlers that were actually wrestlers. Like, that was towards the end, so I really wouldn't... She was part of it, but I really wouldn't put her as part of that. She was there for, like, the tail end of it. And I think I talked to Great Brown Hope about this last night. She's right. She's really on a Lita. She's a Lita kind of person right now in the aspect that when she's coming up, like, everybody knows the story about her and Lita. Like, it's documented. We've seen the video. We've seen the clips. Everybody coming up when she was coming up was Lita, Trish Stratus, that sort of thing. Now, you got all these wrestlers who were, by the way, WWE has amazing wrestlers right now. They were all inspired by AJ.
Yeah.
So it would be like AJ getting to wrestle like a Lita or a Trish. Now these guys are getting to wrestle AJ, who, by the way, looks like apparently because she was doing heels, she's been training for like the last 2 or 3 years still.
Yep.
Looked amazing. I wish I could have abs shredded like
38 years old.
I'm 43 and I don't look that good. Like she looks in amazing shape. And like she was trained, like people that don't know, when she came up, she was one of the only like wrestlers because guys like Kevin Dunn and Johnny Ace were literally picking him out of swimsuit catalogs.
Yep.
She was, for those that don't know, she was trained by Jay Lethal.
Pretty good name.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually, because when I trained, I got to share some ring time with Jay Lethal. Like, the man knows what the hell he's doing. And yeah, like, just, you could, like, obviously Roxanne, you got to do at least a Roxanne Perez at minimum. But like somebody else had mentioned, like, you don't have to just stick her with Raw. You have fantastic wrestlers in Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Even Evolve has some really good people coming up. Like, I think an AJ Kylie Ray match could be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to see that. Maybe her versus Callie Armstrong as well, the Evolve champion.
Like there's so many.
I don't think it'll go that far, but those are names I'd like to see. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's out there. Like, NXT, you got like, I think Jada Parker would be great.
Yeah.
Lola Vice. Like, there's so many people, and it's not just. What makes it even better is that during that I guess you call that the dark period of the Divas, they all wrestled the same. It was all the same stuff. It was almost like, if people know the old school stuff, the Moolah style. Everybody wrestled the same because everybody was trained by Fabulous Moolah. That's the whole thing. Now you have, like, your power wrestlers, you have the technicals, you have you have different styles that she can mix and match with. And the fact that she was getting great matches out of people that, no disrespect to them, were not good. If you put her in the ring with people that are good, you could, like, her and Rhea would just absolutely destroy.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many possibilities with AJ Lee. I mean, obviously the one right in front of her is going after the Intercontinental title in Becky Lynch, which I think is definitely something they are going to get to. I would assume we're going to get a mixed tag match at WrestlePalooza. And we were talking about this before we started recording too, Sam. WrestlePalooza kind of has a WrestleMania feel to it, especially with it being the first show on ESPN.
They're going out of their way to make it a big show for two reasons. One, to, destroy another company. But at the same time, to go, we're now on a new network, which is a big thing. ESPN is actually a big thing, and people can get annoyed about money and all that jazz. It is a big deal in America to be on ESPN. And they're going, we're going to put all the eggs in this basket, which is why you feel that Clash was kind of forgotten about a little bit, really. It was kind of just left to the side, because you were looking at it going, Rusev and Sheamus on a pay-per-view. I thought that sounds like a Raw match. As much as I want to see it on pay-per-view, there's a Raw match there. And because they're front-loading this. And to be honest, it's the right move. And by having this AJ Lee thing, who knows how long this has been in the pipeline, in general, or B, for WrestlePalooza. But just talk about how good the marketing has been for the AJ Lee return. Sometimes telling you what's about to happen is the best thing that you can do. I saw so many people say, I wish they hadn't spoiled it. No, you don't.
Sam, sorry to cut you off, but it's identical to her husband when he was returning to wrestling in AEW. We all knew.
It's the worst kept secret because it wasn't kept a secret. Because they wanted people to, watch the show live. It's this is going to be one of the most watched SmackDowns in maybe 2025, or at least on the USA Network. It definitely was bought by so many people. I mean, they oversold out Chicago, and because everyone
limited view was going for $250.
Yeah, so not only did they oversell it out, they must have made absolute. I bet they made more than they did at Clash in Paris.
Maybe more they did at WrestleMania. There was a WrestleMania in that same building.
Exactly. It's like, and what was that, 22? Top of my head.
Yeah, early.
And so you just think to yourself, people go, I wish imagine you heard the music and you didn't know she was coming. No. They wanted you to be able to be watching it, knowing it was going to happen. Not keeping something a secret sometimes is the best way to go. And they literally, people are going, they shouldn't have spoiled it. It's like, if you didn't know she was coming, how blank are you? Like, the foreshadowing wasn't even foreshadowed. There was no shadow.
It was in everyone's face.
Sunshine. Yeah. It was that obvious.
Very obvious.
It was the best thing they could have done, because even I, who flitters with SmackDown, because it's been a bit rubbish in the past few months, really. It's been a bit up and down. Even I was like, I will wake up to make sure I watch this. And I'm glad I did. It was a great SmackDown and a great.
It was appointment television for sure. So, Great Brown Hope, let me ask you this: Do you see this being a long-term play with AJ, or is this a one-off to you?
Oh no, this is long term. To piggyback off what Sam said, I mean, A lot of the tweets I saw too today came from AEW fans, so that's something that they were able to, pull off, like with CM Punk. When they talk about stuff like this, there's always going to be people like, "Oh, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen." Like something else is going to happen, and that's enough for certain people to tune in, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. We probably got a nice share of the AEW audience to tune into SmackDown, which they probably won't admit, and that just comes to show the effect that she has on the industry, and people are going to want to tune in to see her more often. I don't think she'll be on SmackDown exclusively. Maybe Raw as well. And
it'd probably be Raw with Punk, yeah.
But I mean, I would love to see her on NXT. They could easily pull off a special live episode of Evolve where she has a championship match with the current champion, and Becky Lynch gets involved. You know what I mean? Help get some viewers over to Evolve, get those numbers up. And then there's, of course, NXT. She can go off with anybody there. The sky's the limit with AJ Lee. And if they give her a schedule similar to Punk's, she can do whatever she wants. You can book her as often as possible. Might not even have to use her for house shows, but I mean, she'll probably make an appearance. You can advertise that, and people will show up for that.
I'm sure she'd want to get some extra work in on a house show.
They know they're going to get their money's worth with AJ. I mean, they're not just going to sign her for a one-off and then be like, "Hey, you don't want to come back again?" Like, no, I'm sure they threw everything they could have possibly thrown at her while she was interested. And yeah, I do see it maybe being a 2-3 year deal to start, maybe.
With everything she went through, I am happy for AJ to do as much as she wants. It's simple as that. If she wants to do one match and go, I got to do my one match, I got to have a match with my husband, and I'm now going to go for crack on. If she wants to go to Mania, if she wants to do 3, I'm one of those people just like, I'm just happy if she wants to have her. That's all I need, really. Just her to be happy and healthy after everything she went through and everything she discovered about herself and stuff. Let her be her. That's all I care about, to be honest.
Exactly.
It's exciting times, Mike. Any final thoughts from the AJ Lee return before we move on?
I thought it was fantastic. And if people don't realize how good she was, like when she came back, first off, props to Punk for not even hiding that he was proud of his wife last night. That man did not even hide it. I thought he was going to start crying, honestly.
I'm surprised
you could tell he was a proud husband. But you could tell how good she was because she came out. You could tell the look on her face how happy she was that the place exploded, and then she did that head tilt and she was in character like that. It was that one little twist. And I was looking this up last night. I just pulled it up now. Her shirt, which, by the way, I am going to cop that shirt. That new shirt is fantastic. Within 1 hour, the shirt that she wore, her new logo, within 1 hour last night, she sold 5,000 shirts.
Up to 6 already.
Yeah, she sold over 6,500 total pieces of merchandise. At least 5,000 of them were her shirts in an hour.
It's incredible.
She is instantly by the way, the one name I didn't mention, I think just off the promos and just the backstage stuff, her and Alexa Bliss would be amazing to watch.
Yeah. I mean, you could go down the whole roster and probably name everybody.
I can't think of anybody because even the ones that you may say are lower on the card because of skill or whatever, AJ's proved from her first one she can work with anybody.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, so it's going to be fun to see her work 2 longer matches because she was a part of an era that she didn't get to put on longer matches. She probably had 7-minute matches at most. So now let her cook, let her do her thing, let her have fun. And like Sam said, if it's just a one-off, cool. We're just happy to have her back because she's a legend to most of us. Some might disagree. I know on my podcast, Bill Moss was in the chat saying she wasn't even a top 20 superstar or women's superstar of all time. I thought that was a wild take. Wild take.
What we're talking about. He's either right or he's wrong, and this time he's wrong.
Yeah, we could say it. You're wrong on that one, buddy, because the impact that she made and she's going to make now on her return, insurmountable. So welcome back, AJ Lee.
We also not forget one more thing about this return as well. How good Becky and Seth actually were in this segment as well. They made themselves look like dumb, but in a good way. They made themselves the shock and awe. They made her look as strong as possible, like Becky cowering and all that lot. They literally did their job also to perfection. A return is always great if everyone plays their part. Like when Punk returned, everyone was so angry in the ring. Who knows how real or not, but they still reacted. And I think Seth and Becky in particular really helped that segment even higher by the way they portrayed themselves as cowardly heels. So props to them as well, I think.
It's a good way to keep the Punk Rollins feud interesting too, because it's been going on for a couple years now. So this is a little wrinkle.
Too long, way too long.
Here's a question about because we know this is part of the whole Punk Rollins thing. Are we getting them one-on-one at WrestleMania? Is Seth holding the title until WrestleMania?
Probably.
Nope.
Ooh, what do you think?
Because we got to have a blow-off match eventually.
Yeah. I did have this conversation with Baby Sam. When do they do, on our prediction show, when do they do the match with Seth and Punk? And I can't work it out. I'll let you know that. I haven't worked it out. I'd be blown away if it's not Seth Roman.
That could make sense.
The only way it's not is if The Rock decides, I'm going to wrestle. Let's do some wrestling. I don't mind. But other than that, I can't not see it being Seth Roman, and I don't want them to do a triple threat again. So I can't see them making it last to Mania. I really can't. Maybe Clash, not Clash. What's it called? Crown Jewel. They might finish it off there, I think.
Yeah, that's what everybody wants—a blow off in Saudi Arabia.
And then Australia. It sells 6,000 shirts at $35 a pop. That's $250,000. Oh no, that's a fifth of $1,000,000.
200,000. Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Before people even left the arena, she already made them six figures before anybody could even leave the parking lot.
That's the AJ Lee effect, people. She's back in the WWE.
The next shirt, and the next shirt, and the next shirt.
I'm buying this one. It looks. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It looks awesome. I'm going to buy it.
It's a nice callback to her original T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make sure if you do use Tim Vicious's affiliate link. I know he would want me to say that. And shout out to Tim Vicious and everybody else at the network, guys. This is a monumental mixer as well. We're hitting 30 here. Kind of a big deal. We've been doing these things for a couple of years now. So if you're enjoying this so far, hit that subscribe button. Give it a like, guys. We're on the road to 200.
I do want. There's one last thing before we move on I want to touch on.
Yeah.
When she came out, because we all, like I said, we all knew she was coming out. The crowd was so loud. When I watched the clip back, I thought she was only doing an instrumental of her theme song. I couldn't hear the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized,
Chicago, baby.
But then I was like, oh, wait. They still have the lyrics. They're just that loud.
I'm telling you, it's one of the louder pops I think we've got in recent memory.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Alexa Bliss is at the Rumble. I was there. Dude, that pop was insane just because there was about 50,000 people around and it was an enclosed stadium.
Is it the biggest since Punk came back in the same building?
Yes,
it might
100%,
mm-hmm.
I think.
I miss WWE when they used to have those decibel meters.
There's no way they were accurate. No way those were accurate.
Than when Finn Balor popped up at NXT UK TakeOver. It was a lot louder than that.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Gosh, those were fun times, too. But, hey, let's talk about the rest
NXT UK.
Let's talk about the rest of SmackDown, guys. It was Cena's last SmackDown. It was in Chicago, the place that he debuted, which is very poetic. He got to say his goodbye to Chicago, which I was kind of, having a little bit of FOMO, not being there for this moment. But, hey, I'll survive. I'll get to see him at WrestlePalooza. But let me go to you first, Great Brown Hope. This obviously would set up a match with Sami Zayn. But John Cena, no more SmackDowns for him. He ended it in Chicago. Do you like the way that they've handled this conclusion to John Cena's retirement tour?
No, it's been... I mean, I love the entire thing when he came back. And he's like, oh, it's my last run. Then he made that turn. And then just one day wake up and be like, hey, my bad. I'm sorry. I honestly thought it was a ploy to kind of get us like, oh, he's a good guy now. And then he pulls some bullshit against
So did I, yeah.
Slam. You know, he would have brought out the worst Batman ever, Travis Scott, and maybe The Rock or something. And then, it's like, haha, fooled you guys, which is what I mentioned before in a couple tweets that I tied to an old blog, which I'm going to shamelessly plug.
Of course. This is your network, too.
But, I thought he was playing the character of the Firefly Funhouse Bray with the sweater and everything. Like, oh, I'm a nice guy. Why would I do such a thing and be a bad person? Like against Braun Strowman, when he fought Braun Strowman with slacks and a fucking sweater vest. So that's what I thought that was going to be. But, yeah, I was fooled. Of course, I got worked. But I don't like it. I just don't like the sudden change of character. I mean, I get that it's supposed to be part of this tour to close it all out on a high note. But just the way they handled it wasn't very, very, very great. It wasn't well written. I mean, it had so much potential. It was all there. All you had to do is keep talking shit, lose to Cody, and the next day, like, oh, I respect you, Cody. Like, let's shake hands. Like, we had a hell of a match. And then Brock Lesnar comes out on Raw, which would have probably been a bigger effect than him showing up when he did. Because now he hasn't really shown up at all. Really, did he show up last night?
Yeah, he showed up last night after the match, which we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Okay.
But I think I've just kind of suspended disbelief with the way they treated the heel turn. Like, the heel turn itself, the execution of it, fantastic. The follow-up, like you said, absolute garbage. But since I'm such a diehard John Cena fan, I'm just, like, ignoring that. And I think that's what a lot of fans are probably doing. We just want to enjoy it because there's only 8-7 days left on the calendar. But you are not wrong. The heel turn itself, good, but the heel turn execution afterwards, absolutely piss poor. So I'm just saying I don't even want to think about it. Throw it out the window. It doesn't matter anymore. But I'm buying into it. I love what we're getting because he's like playing all the hits in these matches as well. But let's talk about that match. So he gets the U.S. Open Challenge because that was the thing that John Cena used to do, which I loved. And I think it's kind of cool that Sami Zayn says he's going to carry that on over. So he opened it up to John. And Mike, they had about a half-hour match here. I don't know if you got to catch any of it, but it was pretty solid. But Brock Lesnar would return and interfere in this match, and we didn't get a conclusion.
Yeah, I saw clips of it. I mean, I like that, Sammy's main roster debut was against Cena in an open challenge, but the only person we were missing for this was Bret Hart. Because he remembers Bret Hart's the one that introduced freaking...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Remember, you've said this in public. Your boy knows ball. By the way, you're talking about NXT. Caitlyn actually wasn't even supposed to be on it. She was an alternate.
Oh, wow. And she won it.
Yeah, she got the original lady got fired. Right, they made promos for her, got fired right before the show debuted.
The lady who was like 6'5" or something,
like 6'5", because she had done some adult risque photography.
It wasn't even softcore either. She just had
but she had cut. They had cut promos. They had done all the video packages for her, and then a week or two before NXT, they're like, "Yeah, you're fired. You done."
And Vicky was her pro.
Hang on, wait, hang on, stop. I have only been on this podcast twice, and for the second time, this has resulted in talking about pissing porn. For the second time. For God's sake.
Dude, we watch a show where men in their underwear roll around with each other. It's not that far apart.
Do you know, we can't even. All I'm going to say is we have to put a passport number in to watch that in this country now. So don't
oh, wow.
About that.
We're about to get Sam arrested.
Yeah, I guess we can't talk about that anymore. But
no, but going back to the match though,
oh, thank God.
I knew it was going to be good. You the clips I saw, it's what I expected. We know, I've been watching Sami before the orphanage. Cena, I admit, during the height of it, I was kind of the boo, Cena sucks, boo. I was one of those guys. But then you look back on it, he's good. He reminds me of Hogan in a way. Where, if you watch, Hogan's WWE stuff, he did the same things. Because the crowd knew what they were going to get. If I'm going to get the AA, I'm going to get the 5-knuckle shuffle. But if you, Hogan did the same things. He got beat up, big boot, leg drop, whatever. But you watch Hogan's Japan stuff, he could go. He just didn't have to. Hogan was actually, if you think about it, Hogan was the first New Japan champion. Look that one up.
I watched him do a drop toe hold in Japan, I think.
I didn't say it was the best, but he was better than people gave him credit for because, he was better than he got credit for, and I'll say that much about him. But
Sam,
Cena is better than people gave him credit for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where this is the Hogan comparison I'm doing. Obviously, not.
No, I get what you're saying for sure. It's you don't realize what you got until it's gone, especially with John Cena here. So, Sam,
it's The Office. They ever seen the last season of the last episode of The Office where it's you wish you knew you were in the good days before they were gone or something like that.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. Sam, how'd you feel about this open challenge here with Brock Lesnar returning?
I have so many views that my brain doesn't know where to start.
It's a lot.
The first thing is a lot happened, actually. A lot went on that needs to be discussed. First of all, Sami getting booed.
Weird.
Finally proved that Cody Rhodes is also not being booed either, guys. It's in relation to John Cena. Everyone wants to just cheer John Cena, particularly in hot markets. Let's now abandon the, Cody should turn heel because no, everyone's booing it. No, clearly not. It's all about Cena because they booed Sami just from his entrance music.
Yeah, because he cut off John.
They cut off John. I love the idea of Sami doing an open challenge. I think it's the correct thing to do. I don't know who he's going to face after the first two people because there's no one left on SmackDown in the mid-card. So he'll have some matches. I'm sure it'll be great. The match itself was actually very good. It's nice to see that Cena has completely shaken off the ring rust. He was really poor in those opening spells. There was a little moment in the Elimination Chamber with Punk that was good. The match at WrestleMania was not great. His match with Orton kind of was all right. And then it's just got better and better and better. Every match is now brilliant. His Logan Paul match was unbelievable.
Really good.
A SmackDown match against Sami Zayn was really well done. You could tell they were calling audibles in the ring as well.
RKO, yeah.
Cena's not the quietest man in the world. But there was definitely an element of, I'm going to do an RKO, you counter, close. There was a lot of that going on. That was great. The match was really, really good. We knew it wasn't going to lead to a finish. We knew Sami wasn't winning. We knew that Cena wasn't going to win. We knew Brock was going to get involved. I'm not a tremendous fan of Brock's return for the obvious reasons of the implications of it all. It seems very confusing to me. You just have to take it as read. If we do take it as read, Cena versus Brock is a very interesting concept, especially in this retirement year. The thing I'm going to point out now, though, that I can't get my head around is I've looked at Cena's dates, and I don't think he's got a date now until WrestlePalooza. I think WrestlePalooza is his next date, right?
Correct.
Then there is 0 dates, and then he's at Crown Jewel in Australia. So how in the blue hell are we going to promote a match or book a match for Crown Jewel? And my fear is the only way we get from WrestlePalooza to Crown Jewel is Brock beats him within an inch of his life at WrestlePalooza, i.e. 2014, and Cena gets a rematch to prove himself, and it's Brock twice. Because other than that, how are you going to promote or book a random match unless someone gets involved in the WrestlePalooza match?
You're right.
Where do we get from there to there?
It's easy. Cena stabs Lesnar and goes to jail.
No, he gets
We go to Australia and we find out he escaped jail and he escaped to Australia. So now he's like, oh, might as well do a pay-per-view while we're here.
And it's not like they'll be able to see him if he stabs them, so there he's good.
Don't forget, who was it? Was it Carlitos?
Carlito and Jesus. That's what I referenced.
Cena got stabbed once, right?
Yeah. So if he's doing the greatest hits, just let him shank somebody.
Yep.
No, do you know who meant to be the person to have stabbed Cena?
New Jack.
It wasn't
New Jack.
What?
They were going to try to get New Jack. Do you understand? I get there's a lot of things you can't do in wrestling when you go to WWE.
Yeah.
Do you know what New Jack would not have been able to do?
Everything he does.
Anything.
It would have brought him on as a commentator. He still would have stabbed somebody.
I've never seen I've watched some of he started in Smoky Mountain basically doing the same thing. He's been New Jack forever. You can't.
You got to go back.
The Smoky Mountain stuff is crazy. Like I'm surprised he was doing the stuff he was supposed to be doing in the good old boy territories.
See, you guys are speaking another language to me. I don't know anything about New Jack. I know who he is. I know.
Here's the thing. Historians on a show here, haven't we?
With all due respect, I know he's no longer with us. I've never been the biggest New Jack fan.
Right.
Because a lot of it was just, I'm going to stab you and probably kill you. Because look at the scaffold match here with Vic Grimes, where he just chucked him off the scaffold and he almost missed the ring.
Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea.
And he was mad at that guy too. Remember, they had gotten.
Yeah, he said he literally said I was going to kill him.
Yep.
That's why you bring him in. Perfect person for 2004's WWE Ruthless Aggression era. The best man.
Coming out with the Jim Johnson cover of Natural Born Killers by Ice Cube. But it plays the whole, just like a New Jack match, it plays the whole time. It's just a Natural Born Thrillers cover.
I'm not, it's not even work. I've got the idea of someone handing a tape to Jim Johnson going, could you make music for this, man?
Jim Johnson's like, I can't say any of this. Jim Johnson can't say a word.
Baron Corbin's riff going, let me have a look at this little New Jack match that he's taking on against this 17-year-old young lad who's never wrestled before.
Oh, is that a bus driver?
I'll do.
Did he just kill a bus driver?
That's right.
Oh my god!
I'm just laying out. I'm letting you guys work. I don't know.
Dude, like if you go like off pure wrestling wise, I'm not a New Jack fan, but just his character, he was on Beyond the Mat.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, there was a scene where there's
I
actually
think I've
a scene
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, where they take it's like, yeah, you could be Denzel's best friend. I'm like, he did do a TV show. If anybody remembers the late 90s, there was a show called Early Edition, where basically the guy would get the whole concept of the show was the guy would open up his door, there'd be a newspaper, something's going to happen in the city, and he actually has the future in newspaper. So he like helps people and prevents shit. There was an episode where New Jack and Tommy Dreamer got into a bar fight.
Sounds about right.
And it was just like, maybe he's not Denzel's best friend. But I was just like, there's nothing. They would neuter New Jack so hard. You would call him Neuter Jack because there's nothing that he did. Like, I watched ECW, like XPW is where they had the scaffold match. Honestly, his TNA run, was not that bad.
Yeah, but I don't know how much New Jack I want to talk today, Mike. I'm going to be honest.
I've never been more proud that I've got us from AJ Lee all the way
I don't know how we got to where we were going, but I was like, hey, we're going to talk about SmackDown.
NJ. Like
it
that.
It was the
No,
thing from Cena's pay-per-view gap that he's got. Like,
You're right, though. I don't know how they fill that gap, so I'm assuming then Lesnar would probably beat John Cena at WrestlePalooza, which I don't want to see, but you know what? A lot of people don't want to see shit, and we get it anyways. You kind of just got to deal with it, right?
Well, I mean, there's still the possibility that Cena wins anyway, because if Brock Lesnar wins, do you bring Brock Lesnar back on TV? Does he cut a promo? I mean, people are going to contract, to be honest, but I don't see him making appearances either on Raw or SmackDown with everything else that's happening to promote WrestlePalooza and then to promote Crown Jewel.
Brock's on SmackDown this week.
Honestly, I just think that they will both beat each other to near death. And, it'll be something where either Lesnar or Cena barely drags themselves to the other guy. And you just write both guys off. Like, I don't know if Lesnar will be back for Crown Jewel or anything else, but this takes Cena away from TV for a while. Or, he still shows up in promos or pre-recorded segments. Who knows?
They've already advertised Brock for next week on SmackDown already.
Yeah.
Cena won't do any extra dates, which means he doesn't do any extra promo stuff as well. So literally, Brock will, I assume, do a promo, which is always great fun. Brock Lesnar promo, yay! That'll happen next week, which will obviously be why I'm beating up Cena, which will be no answer because they don't like to answer questions on WWE why they're doing anything. Why is Seth Rollins still with Braun Breaker? No, not answered. Doesn't matter. We'll just carry on. But then, fine. This guy, he beat me up. He's now with me. Whatever. But I can't not see, sadly, Cena Brock twice because I don't know how they get to Cena to Crown Jewel in Australia. So I'm intrigued to see what they do there. But all I'm going to say is the Sami Zayn Cena match was fantastic. Every match Cena is having now seems to be great, which really sucks because it makes it even sadder that he's going to
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Ring now. He looks like the main event John Cena all over again.
One more year. Let's do it.
But after WrestlePalooza, how many dates does he have left?
6.
Yeah, so that includes Crown Jewel. So
he's got one in Boston on Raw, I know, but that was supposed to be his last one.
Okay, more anger. I'm
pissed too. I'm pissed too.
TKO. They don't. Right. TKO literally did a bidding for Saturday night's main event And you're like, why are you bidding? Why are you trying to get more money? This has nothing to do with money. This is John Cena, 23 years in the business. Let him finish in. He requested London or Boston. That was what he requested. Okay? And you've gone, nah, let's see who can give us the most money for this night. Oh, it's going to Washington. Famous John Cena territory. Washington. Yeah, he's great there, isn't he? I mean, seriously, piss off. Oh, my God. Just let the man do the thing. Just let him do a thing, and then he can finish with the thing, then he can do the thing, and then he can leave. But no, we have to go, actually.
Welcome to the new WWE, Sam. Welcome to the new WWE. It's just
you guys don't watch Sam's on Wrestling, you guys are fucking missing out. Real shit. These guys are funny as hell.
Sure. Mike, you want to let your frustrations go as well?
I'm going to try. I mean, we're going from NXT to New Jack. Now we're talking about TKO. Screw it.
That's why I'm in.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and it's the same thing. It's like, very rarely in wrestling do you get to go out on your own terms.
Yep.
And the fact that he is as healthy as he is for the amount of time he's put in is, once again, we know about his recuperative abilities. I think he's part mutant.
Yeah.
Because we know about, what was that, Royal Rumble 08, where he came back in like a month with like a Band-Aid on his neck. They're like, yeah, what's up? Like, I get, like, he's a mutant. I think he could play Colossus if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'm saving my words. I ain't trying to get us kicked off.
Fair enough.
Let the man have, Boston is basically his hometown.
It is, yeah.
We were all, up until was it yesterday? Until yesterday, we all assumed the man was going to have, and on my pick, he was going to put over Gunther. That was my choice. Boston, Saturday night's main event, I talked about it in one of my blogs. I think Gunther was going to be the choice.
Yeah.
They were going to put over his last match, should be in Boston. I get if he wants to choose other cities. I didn't hear about the London, but let him have his damn final match in Boston. Why do we have to have, we were talking about this before the show. TKO is pricing everybody out. We're bidding. Why the hell are we doing bidding wars for Saturday night's main event?
Yeah.
Even at its peak, when I watched it as a kid, Saturday night's main event was never something you bid on.
Well, it's Cena's last match. That's why they're bidding on it.
I get it, but the big event in part 1 in the 80s was Andre versus Hogan for the title. You didn't have to bid for that. You don't need to bid for this. You don't need to price out the damn tickets to the point where we were going to go to Smackdown in Cincinnati in October. Just the tickets and the fees was going to cost us over $1,000 for 4 tickets to a Smackdown.
Yeah.
I'm going to a indie show this coming Thursday. I get indie prices are different. I paid with fees $25. I'm second row.
Yeah. And you're going to get into the action. They're going to be right in your lap.
Yeah,
I'm going to Dynamite in Manchester. So AEW seems to be the only place they can sell out is the UK. And I paid, I think, $44. I paid 30 quid.
Yeah, and it's getting to a point with WWE, and I see it happening now. They're gonna be like a Gucci bag of wrestling. Only rich people are gonna be able to afford it. Whatever the big designer bags are that are like $10,000, $20,000.
Yeah,
that's what WWE's turning into, the point where, you know how you go to expensive concerts where the rich people buy the front row seats and just sit there. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get that now.
Oh, and Mike, you are getting it. I've been to plenty of shows in the past couple years with the price increases. So many people just sitting there doing nothing, like they're watching a play. I'm like, when I go to wrestling shows, I immerse myself into the show.
I do too.
The fans are a part of the show. Without the fans, there is no professional wrestling.
Yeah, I go to this indie show. I'm saying one of my favorite, a guy I've been watching him wrestle since high school. He comes out to Rockstar by Nickelback. It's part of the whole. By the way, y'all going to shout him out right now. Y'all look up Sam Beal. The guy.
Oh yes, he works in the company that I work with, Pro Wrestling Ventures.
I've been watching him wrestle since high school. I've known him since he was a teenager.
He wrestles Jason Hotch on our show.
He's another one that comes to the local. I go to IWR in Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked them before. Yeah.
Yeah, I've known Sam since he was in high school.
Good people. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic guy. I actually been rocking my top-notch Jason Hot shirt. Shout out to
Love
those
it.
guys, by the way.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, he comes out to Rockstar by Nickelback. As soon as that music hits, me and my best friend are up. We're screaming. We're singing along to the song. One of my legit neighbor was up until the last show was one half of the tag champions. I booed him extra just because I knew him personally.
See, that's why the independent scene is so much fun, and that's why we always say here at the network, support independent wrestling as well. I know we talk a lot about TV wrestling because, I mean, that's what we've been doing since we started becoming fans.
He wrestled.
That's why Sam wrestled.
Sam wrestled Sam wrestled in a tag match with Danhausen as his tag partner. First time I met Danhausen.
Yeah.
We got a Samhausen chant going on, and Danhausen was trying us to get us going. You can't do that now when ringside VIP tickets for this SmackDown were almost. They were $1,100 for a SmackDown in October.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. That's the TKO effect, like we're saying. But I do have to wrap things up here under an hour. So
come on, save the energy for the gym.
I do not have my own. I do not have my own promotion, Eric. I work with a promotion here in the Chicagoland area, but. Yeah, natural pre-workout for Mike before he goes. So let's pull up Eric's
I'm looking
question.
heavy today, I'll tell you that much. Wow.
This is how we're going to close the show, where Eric's asking us a question. I'll go to Sam here first. With AJ's return, do you think we could be seeing somebody like a Saraya, formerly known as Paige, or even an Edge return in the future?
I'm shocked we haven't had a Paige return already, to be honest. Because all she has done is spoke wax lyrical about WWE since she left AEW. It's almost like I would be happy for Paige. I think she's a nice addition, and I think she's a good talker. Edge is the weird one. The only reason Edge left WWE is because he wanted to be with Christian. He wanted to be with his friend Christian. I blame WWE for that, for not signing Christian in the first place. I don't think Edge is returning to WWE as an active competitor as long as Christian is in AEW as an active competitor. If they left at the same time and went, then maybe. But I don't think we're getting Edge anytime soon. Paige, I'm amazed already it hasn't happened.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen her yet either. And I think we will, but I know Great Brown Hope wouldn't be about Paige coming back. I saw the thumbs down.
Nope.
Well, what do you feel about these returns? I don't think Edge has any possibility of coming back.
Edge, maybe.
I just can't see it.
Kind of not kind of. He is a legend. I won't forget that Rumble pop ever when he returned. I remember being almost at the brink of tears after we were playing our Royal Rumble drinking game. So it wasn't the alcohol; it was the emotions. I promise. Edge would be a big deal to come back. I can see it happening. But Paige, I don't know if she would have the same impact or left the same impact as AJ Lee did. She kind of came after. She was part of that crop that
You can't talk about one without talking about the other, though.
There's that too, but you also can't forget to mention Emma and Summer Rae, which everybody fails to do so. They were the original 4 horsewomen of NXT.
I can't get down with you on the Summer Rae. I don't think Summer Rae ever had anything.
Have you guys ever actually seen her wrestle on NXT?
I have. I've been watching NXT since the very beginning.
Oh, she gets.
I never got into her. Yeah,
she's not the best worker in the world.
I preferred her in the Marine 4.
But when they were at NXT, like, she got in-ring psychology and she understood the theatrics of it. Like, she used her hair, the hair whips and all that stuff. The selling, she was great at selling as well. And she came from lingerie football, which Tim Vicious knows all about. But that's where she came from. So she was an athlete already. So if you go back and watch her old NXT stuff, she was great. She was a whole part of that movement. She helped build Emma, helped build Paige, helped build AJ. So you can't forget to mention those two either. But anyway, I don't think AJ and Paige are at the same level, only because Paige has already been around in wrestling the entire time. AJ wasn't. So it's not a thing where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see her back. It's going to be like, oh, great, she's back. Good for her. Like, what's she going to do with WWE? Like, it's not going to be a bad thing either. It's just something that's not really needed. Their rosters, and she already burned that bridge. Like, a lot of people, when they get out of WWE, they burn that bridge just to appease like 1,000 people on Twitter and to get people talking and whatnot. And that burns bridges. And now instead of you coming back, trying to get a job, now you kind of have to either apologize for what you said, or you have to go through what Paige is doing, where she keeps saying nothing but good things every chance she gets. Like, hey, guys, don't forget about me. Oh, hey, FYI, WWE rules, haha, tee. But I haven't forgotten all the things she said about the Fed. And that was while she was with the Fed, too. I don't think they forgot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in the past have dogged the WWE just to come back. Look at CM Punk.
I mean, I understand. I get it. I do the same shit when I leave jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't make it public either. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
You don't want to make it public because now you just look like, you're complaining, you're whining. I mean, as justified as it can be and as justified as you feel you have the right to do so. When it comes to getting more work, it doesn't look great. And that's in real life too. So, they look at our social medias when they hire us sometimes. So you just got to be careful with the things you say.
No, I get what you're saying for sure. So,
I mean,
Mike,
to not burn the bridge.
yeah. Mike, would you be down with Paige or Edge return?
Now, Edge, I don't see him coming back as like a wrestler. Like, don't get me wrong, Edge is in my top 5 of all time. Edge is one of my all-time favorites. The only way I see Edge coming back is not in wrestling, is either because I don't see WWE putting Christian Solo in the Hall of Fame, which I think that's bullcrap. He deserves it. But they will eventually they have the Dudleys in there. They're going to end up putting the Hardys in there. They're going to have to put Edge and Christian in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That's how I see him coming back. Eventually, I think they're going to throw Christian a bone afterwards, but it's going to be Edge and Christian as a tag team first, because absolutely as a tag team, they deserve it. That's how I see Edge coming back. He's not going to do the one-offs or whatever. I think he's happy where he's at now. We're going to get them as AEW tag champs here soon.
Yeah.
They have to at least one. Give them a run for nostalgia's sake. Not a long one. Give them a
couple
short
weeks.
one.
Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Paige, Saraya, whatever, however you want to talk about her.
She should come back as Paige if she comes back.
Yeah, she'll come back as Paige.
Yeah.
She'll 100% come back as Paige.
She said she misses Paige.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think with her growing injuries, and I was like, I will admit this, I honestly think her AEW run was slightly underwhelming.
Oh, it was. It was not good.
Even with the title reign, it was just.
No.
I think, honestly, and let's again, no disrespect, I thought she was great with her wrestling. I liked the movie too. I watched the movie.
Great movie. Yeah.
I cried at the end of the movie.
I've been trained by Florence Pugh's sister in voice acting. There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually how I found
awesome.
about her. I'm a Florence Pugh fan, and it was because I watched the movie first, and I was like, "Oh, hi, you're awesome."
Yeah, and she was talking about the movie to her sister, not knowing I was talking to her sister.
That's so cool.
But I think where she would benefit, I think where she would fit it perfectly, like a producer, a coach.
Yes.
Like, I get TJ is probably one of the best women's producers they've had since Finley. Like, I think she could help out there. I think the NXT or the Performance Center, I think she would be.
Or on screen. She's had on-screen roles. Yeah.
But I think her wrestling days, or at least full-time, are behind her. I think as like an on-camera personality,
Sure.
or like a coach or producer, I think would be her best fit.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Commentator.
Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't mind that. Especially
No.
with how good the women's division is in the WWE right now. You could use a veteran on commentary that has experience, you know?
From Evolve on up, this is probably
Sure.
some of the best women's division they've had
Oh,
ever.
yeah. It's deep. We talk about it all the time on the night shift, but like I said, guys, I got to get out of here. So let's wrap things up. Sam, it's always good to hang out and chat with you. Welcome to the Mixer, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Anything coming up? Anything you'd like to plug before we head on out of here?
We've got Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday new episodes every single week at 6 p.m. UK time, and whatever that is, America's 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Got plenty of things coming up. So please check it out. We're going to do Christmas this year. We do an episode every single day from Christmas Eve all the way to New Year's Day. And we are going to be power ranking John Cena this Christmas. So please come and check out that. That's what we're doing this year.
And yeah, make sure you're following the Sams because they're putting out some great stuff. I know the Great Brown Hope.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Great Brown Hope's a big fan. Great Brown Hope, what's going on with you? What's coming up?
Well, I was just talking to the Blog World Order about doing a predictions blog for Worlds Collide, but I have not heard back, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But we will have one for WrestlePalooza. I've got a couple of blogs coming down the pipe. It's been a while. It's just a lot going on in life, but I've been, working on some pre-drafts and stuff. So I've got one coming up tonight. It'll be top 5 NXT one-off matches. I've brought that up a couple times on NXT Night Shift. Make sure you guys go watch that as well. 5 classics that helped make NXT as great as it was. I
love it.
Storytelling, writing, feuds, one match. Made it all matter. We've got 5 of those. And other than that, we've got a new episode of TGBH with TGBH, episode 4, a.k.a. episode 4 Loco, coming up in about 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, I hit up Tucky. Tucky, if you're watching, I sent you a DM on Twitter. I'm hoping to get Tucky for Hobby Hour episode 2 so he can show off his collection.
So much.
We've got a lot of stuff working on the Main Event Wrestling Network, so make sure you guys follow us and subscribe. I believe we are just 13 from 200.
13, baby.
A lot of giveaways planned. If we hit 200 before September ends, which is what I'm hoping for, I will give away a signed Royal Rumble hat signed by Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Johnny Gargano, and Candice LeRae. And that's on top of all the stuff that everybody else is giving away. I know OTM's got some stuff. Night Shift's got some stuff. IW Guide has got some stuff, which, by the way, they just promoted. They've got an IW Guide match coming up with Mike Montgomery defending his championship against Westbrook. So we've got all kinds of things going on. So follow along with us for the ride and don't miss out on anything.
Well said, my friend. Always good hanging out with you, dude. Mike, what you got to say? Close things out for us here, brother.
Right now, I am the Blog World Order's predictions leader by a lot, by the way, just saying.
6 points.
Yeah. It took you guys took you 2 shows to get what I had after the first show, so just keep quiet. I've already scored 50 points on the first week of fantasy football already.
Here we go.
Did you pick Herbert?
No, I picked Mahomes, and he scored me more points than anybody else so far. He actually scored more points than his projection.
Nice.
Matter of fact, I can pull it up right now, but I think he scored 28 or 29 points for me. 4 Blog World Order. Also, I don't know if I'm going to do Worlds Collide. Like I've said before, I'm not the biggest knowledge on Lucha, so I wouldn't be the guy to do it. WrestlePalooza more likely. I'm going to start it today, and hopefully I got some days coming off of work. I'll work on it. I got the first buy rate coming up where I talk about Starrcade 83, what I've considered the first closed circuit / pay-per-view. I also stream on Twitch and do a lot of YouTube stuff. Borderlands 4 is coming out, so I'm going to be playing. That comes out next Friday, actually. This is coming Friday the 12th. So I'm going to be playing the hell out of that on my Twitch channel, and I'm going to be doing a lot of YouTube videos of the older stuff. So if you like Borderlands, yeah, I'm keeping busy, so.
Always keeping busy. Everybody is here at the Main Event Wrestling Network, so I appreciate everybody that tuned in live or catching us at a later date. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Like the Great Brown Hope said, we got a lot of stuff to give away. We are 13 away from 200. We can't do it without you. Give us a follow on all the socials at @mainevent_net for more, and we will talk to you guys next time. And I'm not showing off my shirt like the rest. See you later, guys.